Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Today we have a super rare three-wheeler frame we're doing. Right there. If you think you know what it is, let me know. In the meantime, if you want to know what it is, stick around. I'll be right back. Alright, thanks for sticking around everybody. As you just saw, we're doing a very rare, some might even say super rare, three-wheeler. This one here, it's either an 85-86 or 86-87, I'm not sure exactly which, but it's a Polaris 250R/ES three-wheeler. And as you can see, I've got a lot of the parts for it. We're going to make this look brand new, and the customer's going to be able to put it all back together and be able to use it. The frame's all nice. It's not in bad shape for its year. You got the swing arm, you got the rear axle housings, the hubs, the rims, rear racks, triple clamps, front rack, even the headlight cover in there, or the housing. So we're going to get started on that. We're going to make it look new again, and that way the customer can make use of this three-wheeler if he wants. So enough of this, stick around. I'm going to go get some sandblasting done and start getting ready to get these parts done. So here we go. Alright, thanks for sticking around everybody. We're still working on this Polaris three-wheeler. We haven't quite touched the frame yet, but you can see there's a lot of things missing. I got some parts here, got them sandblasted. Still got a lot of masking to do on them, like for the triple clamps, where the bars go, where the shocks are going, where the axle goes. Mask off all the threads. But in the meantime, the rest of the parts are all right here. I'm getting ready to turn the oven on, heat them up, dry them out some, and then we'll get a coat of primer. And because they're all steel, we're going to be putting the zinc primer down, followed by the color that they're going, which you'll get to see shortly. So while they are steel parts, they've been on a bike for many years, like 35. I haven't done the math myself, and I'm not going to. But there's a lot of oil, grease, and everything else that has come to them. So I'm going to heat them up, dry them out a little bit, make sure that there's nothing that's going to be a problem to make these look good, and get them coated up and make them look good. So stick around. We'll get these heated up, spray some primer, spray some color, and move on to the next set of parts. So here we go. Alright, thanks for sticking around. As you've been watching, we're working on this Polaris three-wheeler. We have the first batch of parts sprayed with some zinc primer. So as I said, they are steel parts. So to make them last a little bit better, we always put a zinc primer coating down before the color. So now that you've seen that, now I'm going to heat it back up. I'm going to do a partial cure, and then we're going to get spraying the color. And also in the meantime, I have a whole bunch of other parts to mask off and get them ready. Because if you remember, I was sandblasting things like the hub. Now I've already gone and masked off the threads and the center splines on those, but I still have things like our axle carrier, swing arm, and a few other parts to left to mask off. So I will show you them when they go in the oven. And until then, we're going to get these parts that are going now, get them heated up, coated, and ready to be put back on. So stick around. We're going to keep going. Alright, thanks for sticking around. As you've seen, we were doing some these Polaris three-wheeler parts, and now you saw me spray the gray primer. Well, guess what? I've sprayed the color. So now, here we are. This is the first batch of parts. You can see I've still got, I'll show you more what I have, but you can see a nice smooth satin black finish. We're going to make this bike look real nice and sharp. It's going to look almost brand new. So now, what I've got left is, as you saw, I was masking off these hubs, and I started masking off parts of the steering stem. We got the frame started to be blasted. I still have a few spots left to do on it. Nothing drastic, nothing major. It's actually blasting up real nice. And for Polaris, this is I'm actually quite impressed with the build of this frame. I mean, you can see they got bracing here. They've got all kinds of other bracing all over the place, different mounts. This thing's built solid. So I could see why it was slow when it was built. It had a lot of, it was built like a tank. Had a lot of weight behind it. But too bad they didn't keep it going, keep that build quality. But hey, they gotta make things cheaper, right? So I'm gonna, tomorrow, we will be getting the swing arm, the axle carrier, hubs, all the triple trees and all the small brackets, getting all that stuff done. And then, as soon as the powder arrives, we got 3 rims to do. They're in decent shape, but they are awful dirty, some corrosion on them, and just like everything else, we're going to make it look good again. So, stick around. I'm going to let those parts cool down a little bit, get them taken out, and tomorrow we're going to finish off on more of these parts. So stick around, I'll be back. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking around. Here we are, day 2 of doing these Polaris 3-wheeler parts. We have the next load of parts in the oven, ready to go. They still got to be outgassed, because like with the other parts, they've been on the bike since new. I'm sure there's some oil and grease in them somewhere. So as you can see, I've got all the holes plugged off, bearing surfaces, bushing holes, and even where the front shocks are going. So there's the bottom half of the triple tree. You can see the tin foil on there that I taped off on the bottom. So that should give us a nice clean edge. Then we just have all of our other parts, brackets, hubs. You saw a bunch of them yesterday. And we got our clamps for the handlebars. So, but when you're taping off stuff, one thing I do recommend is make sure you have a full coverage. I know it sounds foolish and stupid, and people would probably ask, why? We already know that. I've seen many times where people don't do a full coverage. They don't stick the tape down proper, and next thing you know, half the part that's not supposed to be powder coated is coated. For example, like here, you can see I do have some green tape over it, but underneath this green tape, I do have some high temp green tape, or not green, blue, sorry. It's just over 1/4 inch wide, and that goes along the bearing race. And then I got the green tape just covering the hole, just to make sure nothing gets on the inside of it. So yeah, when you're masking off stuff, make sure you have full coverage of whatever you're masking off. Make sure the tape's really stuck in there, and it'll give you a much sharper line. And depending on what kind of a line you want, you can also either pull when it starts to gel out or wait till it finishes. If you pull it out when it starts to gel, That's going to give you a cleaner line, where if you wait till it's all done, that'll give you a really sharp edge, and could have a little bit of flaking on it, depending on how it's taped off and how you did your prep. So bearing surfaces like that, I'm going to let it go the whole way. But if we were doing letters, I'd pull when it starts to gel out, and that way I'll get a much sharper edge. You might see those coming up on a Polaris project I'm going to be doing, but I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to turn the oven on, get these outgassed, get some primer on them, get some color, and go from there. So in the meantime, I'm going to show you what the parts look like that we already did yesterday, and let me know what you think. Alright, so here, just like I said, these are the parts we finished. They're done in a satin black, and as you can see, nice and smooth finish. Gonna look real sharp on that bike. Here's a headlight bucket, all set, ready to go. And as you saw yesterday, everything was zinc primed and then topped with the satin black finish. So these parts should look real good for years to come, and hopefully the whole bike itself looks real good for years to come, but that's up to the owner, right? So hopefully he goes out and uses it like it's supposed to be. But till then, go hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think of those parts. Let me know what you think of the finish and stuff. And in the meantime, I'm going to go spray some powder. So stick around. Alright, thanks for sticking with us. We have the next load of parts all set and done. As you saw earlier, I was getting some of these ready to be powder coated, and we took the time to mask off what we needed. So as you can see, that surface is nice. Down there, all nice and clean. Those spots, everything's going to go in there nicely. Still got to peel the tape off of that, but you can see the blue high temp tape right there. Same as that. I took the tin foil off, so now you can see how clean that's going to be. And these parts are coming out real nice too. And there's one of our hubs. You can see the splines are clean. All the wheel studs are clean. So this bike is going to be real clean when it's done. This here, like the axle carrier, kept the grease nipple there clean. Don't know if it's focusing, but like I said, all on the inside, nice and clean, so everything can be put back together without any problems. Because if someone's paying the money to get this stuff done, last thing they want to do is have to worry about taking next who knows how long to get it ready to put the bike back together. It should be able to, when they pick up the parts, everything should be ready to go, and shouldn't have to worry about doing a whole lot of extra prep work, because, well, that's what they're paying us for, right? So now, as soon as the weather clears up, we just got the frame left, the rims, and the foot pegs. And the frame will be getting done up tomorrow, and hopefully the footwells and the rims will be shortly thereafter. So stick around while you look at this face, hit that subscribe button, and stick around just to see what the frame looks like. So get that ready, and we'll show you here shortly, so stick around. Hey everybody, thanks for sticking around. As you've been watching, we've been working on this Polaris 250R/ES three-wheeler, and we've been making a lot of progress here. So as you can see, we have a growing list of parts that are done. We got the hubcaps, or the wheel hubs here. We got your steering stem. There's the top of the tree. We have our axle housing. As you can see, nice and clean on the inside, so that way when the customer puts it back together, he shouldn't have to clean out anything. It should be able to just slide back together and make it as easy for him as possible. Because like I said before, if you're paying someone to do this job, you want it done right. That's part of doing the job right. So if you take stuff to a powder coating shop and you get it back and all the bearing surfaces are covered, threaded holes are full, find a new powder coater. Doing that stuff takes a couple minutes, and it's just part of the job to make sure everything's done right. And speaking of that, we have our frame. We've got the frame all done, ready to be outgassed. As you can see, it's all nice and sandblasted. And as I was talking about masking off holes and threaded holes and whatnot, you can see I've got silicone plugs in there. I got some there. I got some there. I got some caps over those threaded studs that go there. Some more silicone plugs. So again, that way when the customer gets this bike back, he will be able to just bolt everything back in, not have to worry about retapping holes or cleaning anything out. I do recommend it, that it's nice to do just in case, but if he chooses not to, doesn't have to. So I'm going to turn the heat on this frame, outgas it, get some primer sprayed, and then we're going to get it sprayed up as well, and just add to the pile of finished parts for him, so when he comes to get them, he can put everything together. So stick around, I'll be right back. Hey, thanks for sticking around. We just finished spraying up this frame. We've got the primer done, and we just put the black onto it. Still, I got a lot more curing to do. That is not dry spot, that is just where it hasn't done anything yet. I'm just checking, making sure I've got full coverage before I go any further. And it looks like we do. Looks like we got full coverage everywhere. So now we can turn it up and let it go the rest of the way and get it up to temperature and do a full cure on it. And then once that's done, we'll show you the final product of that. And all we got left is the wheels and the footwells. The footwells are going a different color. The rims, they're going back the gold that they are. So we'll get them going. And in the meantime, I'm going to turn the oven back on, get this frame cured, and then we'll show you the end result. Hey everybody, glad you're still with me here. We have finished that bike frame. Polaris 250R ES 3-wheeler frame. It's still hanging here in the oven, but you can see it's a nice smooth finish, nice satin black. This thing is going to be clean. It's going to look sharp when he has it together. So all that's left is the footwells that bolt on down there and the rims. So I think this is going to look real killer when it's done. And it's even better that it's so rare too. And we're even able to keep the serial number or the VIN number there. So that way, very easy to see, very easy to register, whatever he wants to do. And if he decides to sell it for whatever kind of money he can get, that's up to him too. So I'm going to get ready to get those footwells put in and get them coated up. And then we have the rims. So stick around, show you what we do. Hey everyone, glad you're still with me. Still working on this Polaris, which has been a great job. been fun. We got the foot pegs all done, and as you can see, they are silver. Looks a whole lot better. They're zinc primed and then topped off with like metallic silver. I'm using alien silver on this one. And I do have one set in place, and you kind of see where he's going with this idea. You got the frame, you got that foot peg right there. It's not fully done, but gives you an idea. So next up, we're going to have these rims. We're going to make them look new again, just like every other part of this bike. So if you like what you see so far, stick around, wait till you see what the rims are going to look like. If you don't like it, sit there and watch it anyway. Why not? And in the meantime, while I'm standing here talking, go hit that subscribe button. Let's see if we can't get up over 200. I'm impressed to see 170 already, so let's see if we can't hit 200 subscribers. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and stick around to see what else happens. See how far I go with those rims, see what I make them look like, and then I got a whole bunch of other videos coming up too, so stick around, hit that subscribe, and I'll be back showing you some rims. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking around. As you can see behind me, it's a beautiful day out here today. Finally starting to look a bit like spring, but hey, we gotta keep working anyway. So, and in saying that, we're continuing on with these Polaris parts for the Polaris 250R/ES. Where, as you saw, I had the frame and everything else done. All that's left now is the rims. So here they are. They look so nice and wonderful, don't they? We're definitely going to make these look better. Getting ready now to sandblast them, and then once I get them sandblasted, we'll put a coat of primer. We got a gold that's hopefully going to match up the color we need. It looks right, but in the bag it doesn't look right at all, but we'll see what it does. I'll show you that here momentarily, and then we're going to top it with a satin clear just to give it kind of a factory-ish look. So stick around. I'm going to get some air going, get some sand flying, and get those rims cleaned up, and I'll show you what they look like after, and then you can see me spray some color on them. So stick around. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking around. As you were just seeing, we're getting ready to sandblast those rims, and well, now they are. So now we've got to outgas them, see what they look like after, and then once that, then I'm probably going to sandblast them again real quick just to get rid of whatever came out of it. Throw some primer down, throw some color, throw some clear, and get this done. That way the customer can put this bike back together and make use of it. So stick around. We're going to do the outgas on these rims, and maybe I'll show you what we do when we spray the primer, but definitely going to show you the gold, because it's you'll see when I show you the bag. It doesn't look like gold, but it's supposed to be gold, so we'll find out. So stick around. Alright, thanks for sticking around everybody. As you saw, we had the rims in there outgassing, and then we're going to clean them up, spray some primer, which they are now fully primed. So now, as promised, Sid is going to show you the powder. Here it is, right there. It's called Yankee Gold. It looks more gray than a gold. So I'm not sure how this is going to work. I'm hoping they put the right color in the bag. I'm going to find out here shortly. So we're going to get that loaded up in our Nordson gun and get spraying some powder, and I'll show you the end result. And just for the fun, I might even show you while I'm spraying. So stick around, I'll be right back. Thanks for sticking around. As you've already seen, we just sprayed these rims with our gold, and they're definitely gold. And now, I think they look pretty darn good. However, we're not done. We still need to put a clear coat on it. So I've got a satin clear all set, ready to go, and we're going to get that sprayed and finish these off, and then that way the customer can have them back. So while I get ready to spray them, you guys go hit that subscribe button. Channel's still growing nicely, so let's see if we can make it grow some more. So like I said, go hit that subscribe button. I'm going to go spray some clear, and I'm going to come back to show you the end result. So stick around. Thanks for sticking around, everyone. As you just saw, we've been working on these Polaris rims. We had the color sprayed, and everything matched up like it was supposed to. Almost dropped the camera on you. Now before I show you the final product, go down and hit that subscribe button for me. Drop a comment, let me know what you think of everything so far. Let me know if you've even heard of one of these Polarises or had one. I know they're quite rare. The customer says there's about 1,400, maybe 1,800 that were ever made. So parts are real hard to get. So that's what made this job a little bit better, because, well, I could be a little more delicate with stuff. Can't be breaking stuff. But no, it's nice to do old bikes like that, bring them back to what they were, and get to see the restoration of them as they go. So now that I've done talking, you've already gone and hit that subscribe button, or even dropped a comment to say good job. Here's the rims. There, just like that. They got a nice satin clear coat on them. They're quite a dark gold, which is why they look like they did before I put them in there, or for the bare powder. But see if we can't get a few final shots here before I send them back. Get them taken out, get them in the sunlight for you, and give a real good shine to them. Make them look, they look good. So I'm gonna go get these outside once they cool off a little bit more, to get some better view, better pictures, and then we're gonna sign off and get to the next job. So stick around. Here we go. Hey everyone, as promised, here's some pictures of these rims outside. As you can see, they got a nice bronze goldy color. It's a little windy today, but they definitely look like the originals did, so that's a good thing. So with that, customer is able to come get his parts. Everything's all set, ready to go, and he can now get that Polaris 250R put back together and make use of it. So if you like this video and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, drop a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know if you even had one of these Polarises before or heard of them. I know a few people I've talked to didn't even know Polaris made these three-wheelers. So let me know what you think of them. And until then, I've got a lot more on the go. We just finished up some springs in Illusion Orange with some black caps on them. I've got a ton of Can-Am parts. I've got a ton of rims I'm doing. So there's going to be no shortage of videos coming. Plus I picked up a little DJI Mini 3 drone. I'm going to try and incorporate some of that footage into these videos as well, just to give a different view. So again, hit that subscribe button, stick around, help this channel grow, and in the meantime, keep it loud, stay warm.